One night changed my life forever. It was during the time my pregnant wife had gone to her parents' home for 2 months, and I was looking for new opportunities to satisfy my lust. Hello, Rupesh. What should I tell you now? It's been a month since the wife is in the maternal house. Everything is really dry. I was on the phone talking to my friend while driving. At this hour of midnight, the whole road was empty. Honestly, I was blinded by lust. Vivan, why take tension? It is okay to eat dal roti every day, but sometimes you should have tangdi kebab, keema kaleja. It keeps the man's heart happy, my friend said to me on the phone. Hearing him, I was also getting excited. Rupesh, you keep tempting me like this. Never give a good solution. Tell me something that will make my night colorful. Okay, brother. What will you remember? On the road you are taking now, there is a banyan tree, and under that tree is the statue of a sage, in front of which a woman would stand with her back to the statue. She will make your night colorful. Ha ha ha. After listening to Rupesh, I had already made that girl live in my thoughts. To tell the truth, for my lust, I was forced to go ahead. As soon as I reached that tree, my eyes started looking for that girl. Suddenly, someone said while knocking on the window of my car, "Who told you about me?" As I looked out the window, a very beautiful young girl was standing at the window, looking at me. You don't feel scared to stand on this road at this time of the night? I started my talk by looking at that girl's face, but the very next moment, my eyes could see something else. Hearing me, that girl also said while rubbing her lips, "Where am I alone? You are here right now to give me company. Why should I be scared?" Hearing her, all my desires started rising. I really liked the girl. And to be honest, I had never seen such a beautiful girl before today. Melodious, deep round eyes. The lips looked like dripping nectar. In my mind I stared, wishing well for Rupesh. Wow. Rupesh agreed to your choice. What a dangerous piece that was hidden by you. I was talking to myself when that girl said to me again, "Hey, I am not dangerous. I am beautiful." I was shocked when the girl said this. That was the first moment I felt my fear, but I was unable to express that. Then that girl said again, I am a living person, and I live under this tree. This is my home." At the behest of the girl, my life came to life. I did not want to waste my time anymore, so I came straight to the point. "Okay, enough talk. Now tell me how much for one night." My sexuality has reached its peak from this one question. The girl sighed, bending her body further, and told, "I want you to kill me." When I heard the girl talk about killing herself, my eyes were wide open out of fear. On my forehead, there was a flood of sweat. Seeing that, the girl started laughing loudly. "Coward. Can't take a joke? Look at your face. You look like a shrunk mango." Ha ha ha. Her joke hurt my ego. I immediately changed my tone and said, "Just shut up and tell me if you are going to come or not. I don't want to spend the entire night like this." I started to talk to her rudely now, on which she said, "Your friend didn't tell you that I don't go anywhere, leaving this tree. If you want to do something, you have to do it under this tree and in front of the statue of the sage." Saying this, the girl started walking towards the statue. Seeing her go, I got excited because I had seen her from behind for the first time. My lust had taken over me. I immediately locked the car and went after the girl. She saw my shadow and understood that I was coming after her. She slowed down her steps, and while dropping the palu of her sari, started ripping pieces of cloth from her body. I too, like a hungry wolf, went after her to scratch her body. After a while, there was not a single piece of clothing left on her body, and I also removed my clothes. The next moment, she was in my arms like a young deer, taking deep breaths. The heat of breath ignited each and every part of my body. The more we were engrossed in each other's bodies, the more the banyan was moving. We were about to mate when the sound of many girls laughing started coming from all directions. "Come, Vivian, come to me. Make love to me. Vivian, I also want to be absorbed in you. I also want to have sex with you. Come on, Vivian, quench my thirst." I was focused on only one girl, but when I saw so many girls hanging upside down from the banyan tree, I was shocked. Their eyes were glowing in the dark like a vampire. Watching this, my whole body went cold. Before I could understand anything, the girl sitting on me started dripping blood from her mouth. "You? What happened to you?" Saying this, I pushed her away from me and quickly stood by the statue of the sage. I said, "Get away from me. If you try to get close to me, I will rip you apart." I tried to threaten them to stay away from me, which was in vain, and I went to hide behind the statue of the sage. All those girls, with their backs facing the statue, said, "Till when will you save people like these? One day they will again get blinded by lust and come here." I could hear the girls clearly. Hearing them, I understood that only this statue of the sage could get me out of here alive. So, I lifted the statue in my hands and started moving toward my car when a branch of the banyan tree fell on my back, and the statue fell from my hands and broke into pieces. Honestly, it was not the statue that broke into pieces, but my hope to stay alive that broke into pieces. Till now, the girls who hung on the tree and wanted to have sex with me, as soon as the statue broke, came down to the ground to drink my blood and eat my flesh. Girls clawed me. My pained scream echoed, "Forgive me. I was blinded by lust. Let me go. I want to live." I kept screaming at them, but no one listened to me. Perhaps just like I was blinded by lust, these girls were thirsty for my blood. They scratched the entire area under my waist. The pieces from the statue of the sage were drenched in my blood. The statue became intact on its own after being completely drenched in my blood. As soon as the statue was intact, the girls went back to hanging on the tree. "Sage, who are you? And why did the girls leave seeing you?" With my question, a light emerged from the statue and said, "Son, this is all my misdeed, for which you are getting punished today. 1,200 years ago, a prostitute used to stay here, Charlotta. She had the boon from Kamedev. After every night, she would become a virgin and pure, no matter how many men she had intercourse with. When I heard this, I also wanted to have her, but the boon had a curse attached to it." "Curse? What curse?" Wailing with the pain, I asked the light. It was that after every intercourse, Charlotta would produce a seed, which going ahead would be equally sexually excited and full of youth. When I heard the light say that, I was stunned. With a staggering tongue, I quickly asked the light of the sage, "So, are all these girls your daughters?" "Yes, all of them are my daughters, who put their backs toward me, have intercourse with other men, and then kill them." The words of the sage had ripped me from the inside. For the first time, I saw such a weird relationship between a father and a daughter. "Then what happened to your Charlotta, who had the boon of forever youth?" After knowing everything, I thought of the women who had the curse of intercourse. Answering this question, the light said, "I tried really hard to convince my daughters, but they were blinded by lust. That is why I unwillingly cursed Charlotta and trapped her in this banyan tree and turned myself into a statue so that I could stop this disaster. But I lost. My daughters did not give up her stubbornness. So I pray to you that just like you broke the statue to free me, you similarly burn this banyan tree and give my Charlotta her freedom." Saying this, the light vanished in the air. For a while, I was lost in my thoughts, but when I came to my senses, I realized the part below my waist is over. But I didn't give up. Before the girls could attack me again, I got petrol from my car poured it on the tree, and set it on fire. As soon as the tree started burning, the screams of millions of girls started coming from the tree. They were wailing in pain in the air when a golden light emerged from the tree. Seeing that, all the screams had gone silent. I understood that this was Charulata's soul. After that, along with Charulata, millions of girls joined their hands and thanked me. I also apologized for my mistake, saluted them, and said goodbye. The fire in the tree was almost out when my wife called me. "Hello, Vivian. Congratulations. It's a girl, and I am thinking of naming her Charulata."